Well folks, it's another day at the museum. The exhaust pipes are off the Hercules. Bodger's making a cuppa, and we have special tool number 2. I was hoping it wouldn't take quite so much force to actually lift the head, because it does look like the sleeve has dropped down. But it's putting up a fight, so we've made something a bit more substantial, and we shall give that a try. So, Bodger's now here with cuppa, so I think we're about good to go, aren't we?
We're good to go. We're good to go.
Alright.
We've had plenty of GT85 on it.
Yep.
I'm still open to sponsorship.
Gently, gently then. I just don't want the threaded rod to twist.
No.
And ram them right into hard to the plug holes. They don't seem to be trying to turn. I just hope my welds rolled up and
it don't pull the threads out.
Well, that's got some tension on it.
About a bit of a tappy tap tap.
Well, I'm just looking at the stud height. It's not actually touching them all. They're all slightly different. There's a few that are not quite. I think what we'll do is put locking nuts at the top of that threaded rod.
Yeah.
To keep that steady. You're going to slip off that.
Don't be spoiling my good look.
Right. I'll give you that one. You go to that side. You can actually hold the top, can't you?
Oh, you might need to.
I know what it was. So I'm going to be turning that way. You need to use open end on the bottom one. And then,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Oh, that's tight.
I've just suddenly turned into a two-man operation. Oh, right.
You want to go that way, you?
Yeah, well, I'm locked off on that.
Yeah, one thing we didn't think about.
Getting in.
Is getting in, yeah. Oh. we'll let it sit with some pressure on.
I'll just give it another squeeze of juice.
I mean, it might not.
Might not.
I mean, it could have caused damage in there, which is literally just
Welded it.
welded it all bloody.
Worth a punt though, worth a punt.
Yeah, I suppose that one slides down, doesn't it? Problem solved. There we give it a bit more.
Well, you've not to lose. It's not like we're trying to get it running again.
That is true.
But if you have got one that we can get running,
Comment below. Right, so what's the other one? Oh, hang on.
yeah. Come on.
So much is stretching so much. I'm not seeing much action here.
I'm more worried about it pulling threads out of head, I think.
Yeah.
Because I can't see any GT soaking in through a gap or anything that's just starting to open up.
Pretty nice if it did.
Do we give it a bit of a tap tap?
Smart plugs are looking relatively happy through the holes. They're still there. Shall we give it a little bit more? Then just let it sit for a minute and then we'll maybe give it a little tap and just see if it's...
I don't know about you, but it's making my bum all pucker up a bit. Oh.
Something happened.
Well, I thought I might have seen a bit of light just
A bit of light.
flicker off the GT85. I don't know, maybe it's me imagination. It just looked like it was just about to start soaking in, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's go. Back on the other one. Yeah. Why am I holding that other stuff?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Steady.
That's the other one. Just to check there's no slack in it now.
It's just like, you know, the light reflects off it. And it just looked like it disappeared rather than it was me moving the head sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Right, we'll leave that with some tension on for a little bit and just see if it decides to change its mind. Ready?
Like a coiled spring. Like a cylinder head ready to come off.
sketchy as we go. That one feels quite tight. A bit like that. Off that one. Oh, she definitely doesn't want to jump off. Let's try if she can go flat in a minute. It's not really submitting. What do you think? It won't be that simple, with a few clouts underneath and it just lifts off. Not that you can really.
What about a gentle tappy tap tap that way?
I just don't want to touch them fins. You can bend them with your fingers. One slip and you're fucking losing. But it's quite hard material, I think you can bounce off it.
I'm just thinking more about a shock going all the way around like a...
How shock do you want through it? Have it hit your side.
That's what it needs. It needs a good bodging, that's what it needs.
I found something just to scrape around the edge. And see if we can make it easier for... Well folks, it's the next day. I came in this morning hoping that the tension we'd left on the cylinder head might have done something. No, nothing. As you can see, if you look above my head, the blue thing there, that's a piece of steel that was putting the tension on. We seem to have bent it. And that was quite a substantial piece of steel, so there must be some pressure on there, but don't want to move. Let's take a closer look. So yeah, we messed about yesterday. To no avail. I've extended my little nozzle on the GT85. And in the sleeve area at the front here, there seems to be quite a gap. So I'm wondering if either the sleeve has dropped down or just part of it's broken. I'm not sure. You can see in there, but there's a gap up there, and I can put a pokey stick up, and there's some space. And if there's space, you think there'd be room to move. So I've squirted up in there with GT85, made sure those bolts are tight, but I'm now getting to a point I'm a bit concerned about the actual two rods I'm pulling with. So what I'm going to do is give it a clean up and get some of the debris and the nuts out of the way, because we're open on Sunday. And then I think I'll get some of the debris out of that cylinder, which is full of a mouse nest. So that's the plan. But yeah, I've possibly failed, folks. I'm going to give it one more attempt, but if the head doesn't come off, she stays on, because at the end of the day, it is just a display in a museum. It's not like we are trying to get this thing running, even though I do wish we could. So this cylinder is quite full. Where's my pokey sticks gone? Yeah. There's quite a mass of something in there. Just get that out of there. So if we put these wanky pliers in here. This may be a slow process. Unless the mouse has tied all the string around everything, then it might come out in one lump. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm guessing the mouse isn't in here now. I'm getting sweet wrappers out now. I'm going to do the best before date on. And see if we can date the residency of the mouse. Slow process. I'm going to use the airline. Pull the airline, then blow it on out. It will go everywhere. So nothing there. Just messy sort. Here's my guys. Push all around the bottom of the cylinder. Pull down to the input. This is going to take a while. But it was a fat mouse. Oh wow. if you can see that, folks, but on there it's ripped off there, but that's 4th 2001. And the mouse was a long time ago. Anybody heard that now? Yeah, that's like it's proper. I'm not lying behind my bar. So actually, Kit Kats. These are the cats. There's leaves as well, the jet engine has been outside. Big holly, and the holly tree. So, there we go. Get on, away within the boat. Yeah, there's a bendy stick as we get in, I'm sure. Right, I'm a bit more stuff. I've got this kind of give to blow down. Get some more better. I don't know what's left in there now. Yeah, I can see a piston down there, a bit corroded. Yeah, see lots of corrosion. Oh, some corrosion in there. Oh yes. We'll see if I can put the camera in there and you can take a look, folks, in a minute. Well, that's a lot of debris. The mouse is obviously a junk food sort of mouse. Did a bit of filming. So this is the bulk out of that cylinder. I can see corrosion of the piston in there. Our cylinder head still sat there doing nothing. So I think if I get the vacuum cleaner out and the sweeping brush and all that jazz and start cleaning this thing up. See if I can give you a peep inside the cylinder. Might be a bit bright, folks. Not the best. You can see the cylinder head and where the plugs are. You can see a sleeve opening at the other side, which is an inlet one. You can see the shape of the cylinder head's almost doming downwards into the cylinder, and that's done for a good reason. You won't want to alter that design. You're foolish. So yeah, it doesn't look good in there, folks. And I would say mouse pee is the culprit for all this white powder, as you can see in there. Yeah, well, let's do some cleaning up. It's starting to be one of them days. Yes, taking the steel work off the head. I did start to vacuum clean around all these areas, but the vacuum cleaner decided to say no, and it stopped working. I've taken that off because it just wasn't doing it. And I think the problem is my choice of pulling rods. It's actually damaged the threads where the nuts were, it stretched them. and it's cracked me weld on there. So I think what I really need is some threaded rod with that thread. I'm not sure what that thread is off the top of my head. I'd have to research that one, unless you know, and yeah, put it in the comments, guys. So, what a shame. I was hoping to take that cylinder head off just so we could see what was going on in there, but unfortunately it's not the case. Don't know what's gone on. I'm starting to wonder if maybe somebody has had this head off in the past. There was evidence of these little lock tabs being bent down so you could take it off. Somebody forced the head back on, breaking the sleeve. Don't know, folks. And for now, we're not going to know until I come up with a new pair of rods to pull the head up. If you've got any tools kicking about, comment below, folks. Well, that's a bit disappointing, not being able to get the head off today, unfortunately. However, we've blown up a vacuum cleaner and evicted a mouse nest that's been in there since at least 2001. So anyway, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing and all that jazz. Catch you on the next one.